There's a variety piece from 2 months ago.
It's a dream come true. I've been waiting to be a
Hammering heart, a vile hunger. Can't wait for it. Well, you know what happened is that, Lestat asked Louis if he loved him, and he didn't say yes. So, at the end of the day, it's just everybody loves Louis. Like, what? It's still the wildest behind the scenes.
vampire since the 70s. So
He's even still wearing the glasses. Yeah, we can watch this. Can't wait for Variety to copyright strike this. Ugh, fuck me.
I am so excited to be here with our amazing cast and crew of Interview with the Vampire.
Interview
It's
avec
been
le
a long wait,
vampire.
and I know fans are so excited.
Take better care of your books. I don't know. I know it just means because he's poor. It almost feels like a prop. I know it's not. I know that he genuinely gives a shit, and I'm sure he's poured through that thing ad nauseum. But it just pains me to see a paperback mistreated, or like just the corners peeling and the like everything curling up. It almost like the only thing that would make it worse is if he, like, to quote a passage, pulled and then like folded the cover back behind the book. I would throw my computer. I don't even know.
Oh, we've got the book, as always.
I read the book, don't
Now,
worry.
This season, I know we are so excited to see a rock and roll incredible ride. So
An incredible ride. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of her, but just the way she's keeping the energy up. I worry this interview is going to be so similar to the other one that I watched, though.
I feel like for Mark and Roland, I got to start with, who were the inspirations that you took from in crafting what the Vampire Lestat's rock star persona would look like?
What do you think?
Me? It's a question for you.
Oh, we're like, so we start with something, and then it just transfers into the body. A lot of names, whatever. When did I ended up feeling most close with his.
Bro, he talks like me. I love him. I love it because you can tell right there his brain generated like 5 to 8 different like dialogue responses, and he like was struggling to kind of latch onto one and start the train of thought in the right direction. And if I had a nickel every time that I do that, I could pay off my damn car.
Iggy Pop, actually, out of all of them, that was. But there were a lot of those frontmen that we played around with.
I make fun of him, but if you haven't heard the expression, mockery is the sincerest form of flattery. Like, for one, if you've been watching me long enough, you know that like whenever I repeat somebody, I'm not necessarily mocking them. I'm just like, I call it what you want. Call it like actively stimming, call it like mimicry or whatever, but like, I don't know. I latch on to people's like dialect and little like mannerisms and whatnot. So I assure you, Roland Jones is great. I think he's a swell fella, but it's just so much to poke fun at. Like,
as getting into the writing,
all of them.
That seemed to be the thing, the person that kept coming back to me.
Lestat shares a lot of similarities in terms of costumes with Iggy Pop.
I was going to say, visually, Iggy Pop is very...
Right, Iggy Pop.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, I understand, Sam, that you were working with Daniel Hart on the music before you saw the scripts, which I feel like is such an interesting way to get into this rock star character.
Yeah.
What was it like when you were able to put those pieces together for the first time?
Oh, that's a good question. It was deeply satisfying, actually, because the songs are incredible pieces alone, but there's also a show that we shoot, and it's got story, and so the songs, there are scenes that exist within the performances and within the actual songs themselves. And so, like, layering Roland's work on top of Daniel Hart's work is quite challenging because they're very different, but they both have a singular vision. So
why did I think this whole time? I, for some reason, thought he was British, but I'm getting a little bit of Australian in there. Is Sam Reed an Australian actor? Hang on a second here. He is Australian. How did I fucking not know that shit? Dude, it's like the first time that I heard Anthony Starr speak outside of Homelander, outside of The Boys, and he's like, oh, all right, and or just like, yeah, love the character, love the fans, and just all that shit. I'm just like, oh, crazy. Never knew.
I feel like I get caught up in
How did I not know until
whirlwind
now?
of the two of them.
I've heard him speak in other interviews. I just never caught the Australian before.
But I think that works perfectly for Lestat. I think he's like all chaos all the time. And that kind of, it's how it feels, like being a part of Roland and a part of Daniel Hart. Yeah.
Now, Jacob, I know since we're getting a POV shift this season, fans are very worried that we're not going to get as much of you. Please help me.
Oh, it seems like we're getting a
assuage
lot
their fears.
after that trailer.
What can you tell me about where we're finding your character
The guy in the back there, I forget his name. He's the other showrunner. He's got a look of concern where it's like, yeah, what can you tell them, Louis? Be careful.
this season? And maybe how much of him we'll get.
What can I tell you?
Hey, fingernail polish, love
It's
it.
difficult because I haven't really
I gotta redo mine.
started yet. I can say that Louis is not hugely pleased with the book's existence,
Sure.
if that is like a good tease, but
Even though he wanted it
I'm
done.
here. I'm here. If that tells you anything.
He's really handcuffed about what
He really
say,
can't.
what he can't say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you
And what can you say?
Yeah, no one should worry at all. Like, there's way more Louis.
Yeah, let Roland answer it because he always loose lip sync ships over here. Roland always lets something slip in an interview. Him and Daniel, it's crazy. There's the interview I watched, and I don't even know enough about the books to get anything, but like Daniel made a comment, and then I saw like absolute sheer panic on the other showrunners' faces,
In our show, then there is.
or somebody. Well, like,
Okay,
because
I
then
think
like,
the fans will be happy to hear that.
This front row is our front row.
yeah,
Also, Roland keeps coming up to me.
because like Jacob took his
Come up to me,
microphone
like, a few
away.
times on set, and just gone, "You own the night."
You own the night. Get him hyped
Now,
up.
Eric, congratulations. You're now a vampire. How you feeling, first off?
Oh, you know what?
It's a dream come
Great.
true. I've been waiting to be a vampire since the 70s
Ah, it's great.
in real life.
Yeah.
How is your approach to Daniel shifting, given that he has now been through so much and such a transformation, both emotionally and now physically, literally, in his composition as a person?
Well, the game for me is it's like I'm an instrumentalist, but until I see the score, I don't know what it is I'm actually playing. The score I get from these guys, and it's been a fantastic new journey for me. In brief, Daniel is getting used to being a vampire, which isn't easy always. It's also not easy for me.
Hell of an adjustment.
Literally on set, learning how to do this physical thing, wearing the nails, the eyes, and all the different stuff you have to do. But in psychologically too, but while all that's going on, and again, this is from the script, I am chasing the story. I'm still chasing the story.
Yeah.
I'm a dog with a bone, and I'm gonna. And of course, now it's much more focused on Lestat.
I'm a dog chasing
And
cars.
Lestat is doing everything he can to make my job difficult. So it's not even a job anymore. It's just a passion. I have to know. There's so much to know that I don't know.
No.
There you go.
That's
Credit, there it is.
Well, I mean, there's Armand. There's the whole Armand side of things, too. There's a lot to Armand. There's things I got to find out. Okay. I get excited.
He's doing it again. He's doing it again. What a treasure. Like literally started answering the question, he was fine, and then just dropped in the Armand bit, and we're like, fucking pull him back. Oh, it's great. It's like watching Tom Holland do an interview.
Armand side of things, too. There's a lot to Armand. There's things I got to
He's like,
find out.
he's like, hey.
Okay.
That's,
I get excited. Okay.
Well,
love it.
as
Love
a
it.
journalist, I feel I'm chasing a story too, and I am noting that you are wearing sunglasses inside today. Are you hiding something from me right now?
It's just how I
This is
am.
part of what my character does in that
Well, I also see in the reflection of his sunglasses the lights. I used to judge people in Hollywood and on talk shows and such. I always used to judge whenever like celebrities would come out and they have these like shades on when they're on stage. But low key, I mean, it's like unless you don't mind the light or you're trying to be more personable, I guess. Or like I like it's kind of the move. Like if you're on stage, there's always going to be lights, and especially if you're doing press junkets and whatnot, just one series of like hard, soft, all the lights on you all the time. Low key, I don't judge people, celebrities anymore when they go on shows like this and then they wear the sunglasses. I mean, maybe more intimate stuff, maybe not, or like, if you're used to them or not, but I get why people do it now.
I have to be in the world, and I don't want people to see my eyes. because my eyes are vampire eyes now.
Okay, that's the story we're going with.
Yeah. That's why I
Yep.
wear the sunglasses most of the time. I also wear them as Eric Bogosian because I think it looks cooler wearing sunglasses.
Hell yeah.
I want to be cool.
I want to be cool. You are a
Now,
cool baby, don't worry.
I know the fans are clamoring for the Queen of the Damned herself. That feels like the biggest question going into this season. Of course, in the season 2 finale.
I don't know who the Queen of the Damned is. I haven't read the book and I never saw the movie. Perhaps I should go back and see the movie. Like I said, I could put it on Patreon or something. I don't know, but never seen Queen of the Damned.
We hear you deliver a line about having her blood. So fans are saying, are we finally getting her?
Is that the Cabell character? Is she the Queen of the Damned? I don't know who. I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. By the way, like I probably I probably should. I gotta watch the movie. I know it's not gonna be. I'm sure the film that exists that everybody loved, or all the goth gals in my school loved growing up, or what have you. I'm sure it's not gonna be canon to the Anne Rice specific universe, but knowing about her might be helpful going in. But again, I know nothing about Queen of La Damned.
Are we finally getting her? I need to know.
You can safely say that we do, even though it's an adaptation, we do follow the book and the major plot points in the book pretty closely.
Okay,
So,
nice vague answer.
I mean, that'll do as an answer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
Now, I'm curious because I know Aaliyah's take on the character is so
I love, by the way, I love how, like, at least in interviews, how excited they are, but also how kind of like, then I mean they're trying to keep some secrets, but you can tell that even though they're being tight-lipped, that's the teases they're giving and how it's like, how much can we say? We can say this. I mean, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. I mean, looks back for approval. I mean, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like,
beloved. What's your take on what she brought to this incredible vampire and how perhaps your show will tackle the way she's
Gotta be very, right? The things I can say, I can't say.
sure.
In season 3,
Mm-hmm.
we will be introducing ancient vampire power that you haven't seen.
Ooh, okay.
How about that?
That's perfect.
We've seen mind, we've seen all the general stuff. You can read minds, mind control for like lesser minds. We've seen the cloud gift. We've seen the fact that the older a vampire is, sun becomes less and less effective. Mediocre star, even in San Francisco. And but there's new powers. I'm unaware of some other powers.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
No.
I promise.
It's right. You just say you can say this week, and then 6
And
months
he's
from now, you can
sitting
say
on the
this, and you
book?
can say that.
Come on,
If you have
Roland.
if you're a fan and you've been watching the show closely for 2 years, you know what's coming. It's coming. It's all coming. All of it's coming.
Coming.
You're getting everything you want. It's all coming.
Safe answer.
Now, Jacob, as this perspective shifts, I'm curious because I think something this show does well is toy with the idea of who's telling the story, whose
Yes.
version of events we're getting.
Yeah,
at any given
precisely.
time.
Believe me, the comment section has made that abundantly clear. Oh god, my first watch, everybody's like, every time I dole out a judgment, somebody's like, "You don't know the story. You only know half of what's been told. Remember, unreliable narrator." Like every chance anybody got, they're like, "Oh, interesting opinion, movie man. But have you forgotten the unreliable narrator motif?" I'm just like, I guess I don't trust anything then. I don't know. Like,
How do you think this will impact
What ground
Jacob's
can I
version of
stand
events
on?
that we've heard so far? Do you think fans might view him as more of an unreliable narrator moving forward?
probably.
I mean, like, look, Louis is. I think Louis was mostly telling his truth. As
Mostly
he understood it.
his truth. That's all the
and I
answer you
think
need.
That in any
What's the
given
truth? What's the
version
actual
of the
truth?
everybody's bringing their own feelings to it,
Mhm.
and also that like I alluded to earlier on, Louis doesn't necessarily agree with how his truth has been presented in the book. So Jacob is just very excited to see.
Well, it's like the Bible, right? Where it's like, I mean, literally, the book that Daniel Malloy wrote is a book that he wrote from his perspective as what was somebody once described him as a gonzo journalist. So, and also, like, everybody has their own inherent biases, right? So the book is written by Daniel Malloy from a story told by Louis Dupont du Lac based on his recollection over hundreds of years worth of history that's also been like influenced by characters such as Armand, and there's also, Claudia and her diaries, and Armand and his perspective, and then Lestat and his part of the story and perspective. But it's like the Bible, right? Where it's like a book that was made based on a story told by one person, and then as the case of like, the newer ones or the King James version, people edited this and took this out and changed that around. Like, people just take what's currently out there, whatever you find on the shelf, as gospel. But it's like, have you have you read the original text? Hey, do you remember the dragons? Like, but anyway,
The Rockstar Lestat, and have been this whole time. Louis, maybe less so. Well, yeah.
Well, it's interesting with this publication of the book. I feel like it raises the question that I've been thinking about going into this season, which is Rockstar Lestat now has this level of fame. And I'm curious how that's going to affect the character, because fame can obviously open a lot of doors, but it can also be very restrictive.
sure,
And I've been thinking, are we going to see him struggle with that?
for
this
sure.
Um,
Plus, there's a spotlight on him.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, and I think
He's just
there's
trying to,
in
like,
a variety of ways that
see into the
perhaps
pain.
are going to be surprising. In like we're one.
I'm curious because I have this lovely still shot. I have this image of Lestat in my head, and I've only really seen him in the modern wild, that one scene in New Orleans and all that. And I'm definitely open to seeing a more like, I'm sure there's a lot of truth to his character, and like he is what he is, and like a self-professed like predatory bratty Pookie Bear princess, etc., etc. But like I'm sure there's going to be a lot more vulnerability, and I'm very, very, very eager to see things from his perspective. And then maybe that'll like also recontextualize the first two seasons of what we have seen so far. I've been dying for it this whole time. You guys have heard me ever since, we had the whole squabble in Vile Hunger for Your Hammering Heart. And then ever since then, like I was like really anti him. And then we had some revelations in season 2. Not really flashbacks per se, but some more information, more perspective brought certain factors into light. And I think it slightly lessened the severity of the lens through which I looked upon him as a character. I still like condemn him, and I still have a lot of I still have a lot of contention with him. But this whole time I've been like wanting flashbacks. I've been wanting to see the origin story. I've been wanting to be more sympathetic to his character, and I think that season 3 will definitely offer that in spades. So again, as some guy who I'm not a Lestan, like personally, like I love the character, but out of all the characters in the show, I'm not like, oh my god, you don't understand. He's just what is it? Somebody said earlier, our mentally ill princess. Like I would like to be won over. I'm sure, I feel like all that will happen is I'm going to just have more information and understand him more. But I'm very curious to get his story, to see his side of things, and to get his perspective on things for sure.
One thing I think that Roland does extraordinarily well is ground the vampires in a sense of reality. They're doing absurd things, but it's our job to turn
Yeah,
up
like piss and
make
blood.
it
It's crazy
feel
work.
like it's realistic, and we're saying insane things.
Love that it's a
but we have to
detail.
ground it in reality, and so I think you might get more of a sense of what it's actually like, as opposed to what you think it might be like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very artfully said. Oh,
Now, for all of you, as a fan of this show, I have seen firsthand how especially the queer community has rallied around it.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
fan
I mentioned that
base
earlier.
is
Well,
just
liberal, but
rabid
queer, for sure.
it. And I'm curious, did you anticipate that it would become so beloved within?
Understandably so, by the way. I hope nobody takes my comments the wrong way earlier when I said that like it's a show that's more like liberal leaning, or I should have just said more like loving, open, and accepting type of deal. But due to its subject material and how it handles that, I mean, it's very visibly shown like how like yeah, it's because like these are queer icons now. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that, but that's kind of what the interviewer is saying. The interview of the vampires right here is kind of the sentiment that I was trying to articulate earlier.
In that community, and what does that mean to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means a lot. It means everything. It's what this story is. It's what the show we're making is. Yeah. It's a love story. And
yeah.
I
I love it.
something
I'm so glad I
very
started
wrong
watching it.
If it wasn't supported, and we'd be very concerned if it wasn't,
And also that's also me extending a big thank you to you, because the very same community that rallied around the show and all that. I mean, you're the same community that's like, I know I'm by no means the authority on YouTube on this show. I am but a pedestrian walking alongside this beast, but I have no illusions about the fact that like this show and me making content around it and my analysis of it and my appreciation for it, the community that rallied around the show, a lot of them came like that's how you guys and gals found me, guys, gals, theys, etc. like found me, and then like welcomed me so openly into that fold, and have made this journey all the more special and interesting and involved, and encouraged the conversation, challenged me on occasion, and have also helped like with my my channel grow and all that. So I feel like it's like trickle down vampire economics, right? Like Anne Rice, thank you, please so much. I appreciate you, Miss Rice or Mrs. Rice. Was she married? I don't know, but all that to say, I'm also very grateful for all you guys and gals that have like such an awesome community of people that also appreciate the arts such as this, that have then like come to me and they're like, yeah, this guy right here, he's all right. And even a few people have been like, you're my favorite, which I don't know, I'm not the expert over here. There's other, I think, commenters and reactionaries out there that are familiar with the books and probably offer more insight than I ever could into this show. But all that to say, I'm very much grateful and appreciative of that community as well as others, but I'm very well aware of it, just again, the open, loving, accepting people that are then like over here as I'm also appreciating this. So it all is just a feedback loop of love and appreciation.
As loved as it is by the community. So it's a great relief to all of us. Yeah.
I get very choked up about it. And even just coming here and seeing the people that even as we're walking from interview to interview, like waiting to get a picture or something like it's very, the whole thing is really, was very surprising. And when we're sitting in the throes of, we're just working really, really hard, and you forget that, and then you come to a place like this, and it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's really lovely. It's really beautiful.
We knew who we wanted to love it. We didn't count on it. We didn't assume we were going to get it. And when we got the affection back, as everybody here has said, it's incredibly.
Because we just now get his name. Bro's been quiet in the corner.
A weekend like this is all about. So lastly, what are you most excited about in finally getting to have this moment on stage?
Vampire pissing, vampire pissing.
I've been to your panel every year that you've done one, and it is always the rowdiest one I go to. These fans are so excited.
Have I seen this panel yet?
What are you excited to get?
Dare I do a reaction for it?
What does it mean to you to get to connect with them hands on like that?
I could.
I tell you one thing I'm excited about. Tomorrow, I don't know if we can, but you're going to see a little tease of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually have not been shooting very long. And it's kind of astonishing to see how much variety and how crazy the season is when we really have been shooting just under a month.
About a month.
It's
I feel
crazy.
like we just started.
Yeah, so it's
This was only 2 months ago. Are you guys sure you're gonna be finished next year? That worries me a little bit.
like, I think that's something to keep in mind when you watch the stuff tomorrow. Like it's
Yeah, we're showing not even all the bits from like the first fifth of what we're shooting.
Damn.
Because there was a cutoff date, but we were literally
That's so much.
anything we had shot the day.
'Cause even those
before was
those
jamming
teasers,
into.
so
It's
much.
really one of these things that we sort of really pulled out together. You're seeing some. You're getting cast announcements tomorrow.
Right.
And
Again, this is
getting
an
a
interview
taste
from
of
2 months
Daniel
ago,
Hart's
over 2
music.
months
There's a
ago.
lot. There's There's a poo-poo platter coming your way tomorrow.
Poo-poo platter.
Maybe it's because I'm British. I've never understood poo-poo platter.
I've never heard it in my life.
It's a Chinese thing, right?
That sounds like the most disgusting.
Literally, it sounds like
Unless I'm crazy, it literally, I mean, aside from being the pun in Bug's Life that made us all guffaw as children, like, isn't that like literally a type of like, hang on a second. Poo platter. Yeah, a tray of American, Chinese, or Hawaiian food consisting of an assortment of small meat and seafood appetizers. Where did it originate? An American, Chinese, The original Hawaiian poo means relish or appetizer, and the term was popularized in the U.S. through tiki bars and Chinese American restaurants. A poo platter. Not poo, but like poo. I see. Funny, fun stuff. You learn something new every day.
They're both offended.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just,
Sorry, that was like an intrusive thought. Just
I love it. Let him fly.
we were talking about a heard of a poo platter.
What?
a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
Smorgasbord.
Yes.
A smorgasbord. There you go. See? Whatever's colloquial.
Appetizer sampler. That's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very American.
We're going to Chili's, yeah.
It's like what do you like a seltzer? Like
I love this sidetrack, by the way. It's amazing
Spelt
how my mind works. Love it.
Apple cider?
no seltzer. Like a what's an Aperol seltzer?
An Aperol spritz?
it's like fizzy water.
Isn't it astonishing that this group of people can even just get to the car after?
Yeah. Dude, Daniel literally was just like, Eric was like, oh, Jesus. These kids.
Put together a television show.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I wish you all luck on your panel with all of the apple seltzer and poo-poo platters that you could hope for. So
Beautiful.
thank you so much for chatting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Jacob is freaking beautiful. He is a specimen for sure. What are they feeding Jacob? He's glowing. Nobody read that damn email about what they were allowed to say in its shows. Oh yeah, it's great. I know we usually say that Lestat possesses Sam Reed, but Eric is literally Daniel in real life. Also, him consistently saying too much in the cast trying to stop him. It's great. I swear this is the only interview where Eric didn't bring up bowling. Oh Lord. Jacob is always the one you can trust not to spoil anything. The guy worked on Game of Thrones and still with him. Can't hear anything. I'm distracted by Jacob's beauty. Obsessed with Eric cosplaying his character. Maybe it's because I'm British. You can see it in this, but you can't see it in this, but I'm pretty sure Jacob's wearing his Protect the Dolls t-shirt. Nice. Jacob looks amazing. Jacob's serving his face card. Sam's brain hearing appetizer sampler and trying to connect it to Aperol Spritz is so funny. Yeah. How can someone that beautiful like Sam Reed exist? I'm watching the newsreader right now. I've heard about that show. Difficult to understand the same person playing both Dale Jennings and Lestat. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Yeah. What's this? 6 minutes. The Vampire Lestat, Sam Reed, and Jacob Anderson on, and Harmony Cabell's there. Lestat on Louis and Lestat commodifying vampirism. TV Insider also would copyright your shit.
Jacob,
probably.
I know that when we come back into the modern storytelling, Louis is in a very interesting new endeavor. He has expanded his empire in a way.
Yeah.
How would you describe his approach to what he's trying to do?
I think Louis has. I think he figures out actually in season 2, around the time when he picks up that piece of art. It's one of my favorite scenes. That when I first read it, I was like, "What the what?" Do you remember? I think I even said to you, I was like, "What is this? I don't know what to do here." But then it just turned into my favorite. Anyway, which piece of art? Sorry, the art.
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, in the
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I think he knows what he's good at now, and he's really.
Oh,
good
when
at,
he's picking out the art, I see.
business and knowing how to put numbers together. He's
Curating. Well, that was what he was.
A way to almost game vampirism.
Well, that's what he was doing even before he was turned, right? Is that he was a businessman. Like, I mean, granted, there was like brothels and such, but like that's what he was doing.
And I think it's fun for him. You know, like this is how he's tried out. But he's kind of creative with it, right? Like it was like his photography was, I'm an artist, and then he was like, actually, I'm not an artist, but I understand art and I understand how I can maximize it. and make something out of it. And
Maybe it's that's kind of how I feel. I would love a alternate timeline, or I would love a future in my life where I can like really be a creative. Like, sure, the few times that I like directed when I was in film school, I went to an art college, by the way, for a couple of years. I was trying to go for a BFA in film, but I had to drop out for financial reasons. Super cool there. But the few times that I directed, I got that like that director's high, not because I was controlling people, but because I was just like creating something, which is why I do this. Like I don't really have, maybe I'm making excuses here. I feel like I don't really have the means per se at the time, resources and such, or the connections yet to like really truly create, but by God can I appreciate this shit. And I've seen enough in my life where you give me two movies, one that's good and one that's bad, and I'll be able to like, even through my biased lens, I can, on average, I can tell you the difference between what makes a movie good and bad. And I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but like I have a friend who was a coworker turned friend, and we've been hanging out a lot more as of late. And I got like a sense of pride one day because anytime that I recommend a film to him, I'm like, you got like, sometimes I'm like, hey, I don't know how this movie will be, but we can go watch it. But there have been several films where I'm like, this one is a great one. It's a great time. Come watch it. And the other day, I was taking him to another one. He was like, well, so far you're like, 5 for 5 or whatever. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, every film you've like told, like, given me the hard sell on and told me it's a really good time. You've been right. So I'm like, I feel like a sense of pride where it's like, hey, like taste, and I can share that with other people. So I get that. I would like to create, but in lieu of that, I can appreciate, and I can, creatively, I can read people's books, and I can like give voices to those characters. I can analyze, I can enjoy, I can speculate, I can react, I can observe, etc., etc. But yeah, in lieu of actually creating, and maybe at some point in the future I will. Who knows? What, Chris Stuckman, YouTuber, movie reviewer turned director now. He did it. And other people did it. The Filippos, the Raka Raka brothers on YouTube. They made videos for a while, and now they're making movies. Like, yeah, it's possible.
build and yeah. No?
Yeah, no, I was thinking about, there was a point in the writing room where we were talking about Louise selling
she's a
vampire
writer.
souvenirs.
Vampires.
Well, I didn't want to say.
I love how that's something that Louis would do and Lestat would be like disgusted by, like even canonically.
Oh yeah,
And also
was
considering
that the
his-
conversation? Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Love it,
And
love
but
it.
It's not quite that in the show.
No, but it's not a million miles away from that.
But he has commodified
He's
vampirism.
commodified.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yeah.
that. He's become a vampire capitalist.
Yeah.
And also Claudia in it.
Looking
her
forward to it.
souvenirs. Just feels very dark and twisted.
I don't. Would he go that far?
Well, maybe that's just me and my point of view. When I hear souvenirs, I think of Claudia. But
Oh.
R.I.P. But we will have Delaney again.
Yes,
And
so I've
obviously
heard
there's
and
a ton of
seen.
music this year as well, and there's been so much talk about the music.
His interviewer
But
seems
one
nervous.
thing I do want to, like what I saw on set, there was a very, I got at the stage that he is at when you guys were, doing the thing you were doing there, I felt a very
Doing the thing.
Prince-like vibe with the garb, you know?
you came on a
Yeah.
yeah.
How would you describe him as an artist?
Wow, I would say he is still trying to figure it out. I think Roland and Daniel Hart make something different. Hannah, you probably would say something different as well. But playing him, I think it's like the portrait of an artist in terms of like how would you describe him as a musician? Like it's like himself. He's got a huge performative element where he has this big facade that he sort of puts in front of himself and anyone who he's speaking to, and that's his sort of like crazy kind of like flamboyant clown thing that he's got. It's like, I'm the vampire, I'm the bad, I'm gonna about you, and then
Great,
and
yeah,
then it's sort
good
of
summary.
Like, then
Accurate.
it kind of like as an artist, it becomes more and more revealing. It becomes more he's searching for perfectionism.
Sure. Which also, that's going to add an interesting dynamic to the whole shebang here, right? Because artists, like true artists, they always tend to put a bit of themselves into their work, which I don't know if you call me an artist in this respect, but like clearly, as I'm literally like, I'm a, I do a lot of reaction and reviews. I'm like I guess reactionary, is that what you would say? But I'm literally putting myself into this, my opinions, my thoughts, my personality. Like this is how I am like around other people. I'm not just putting on a character per se.
And so, yeah, I don't know if he's still. That's him. Is he's trying to work it out. He manages to express everything and nothing through his art.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just him as a character.
So we'll get a
That's
lot
like
more
a
of
really
him through his
sincere
music.
Troll. You know what I mean?
To whom though? Who's he trolling?
Everyone.
Everyone.
And himself.
And himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and Jacob, you have spent
The
a lot
walls
of
we
time
put up.
doing music on stage.
Yeah.
How were his performances?
He's wonderful. What do
Aw,
you mean? I
aw.
mean, like,
Grand
it's
productions.
something I have to keep reminding myself to not just go up to Sam and gush all the time and be like,
Aw.
dude. I think I've said to you a few times, right? Like, it's so remarkable and special, and like Sam works really hard,
Yeah.
but there's something that's just very natural about it. You feel like this is kind of, it feels so weird
Yeah.
talking about when
It's
you're,
uncanny.
it,
Watching the takes is jaw dropping.
yeah,
Expect shit. Expect shit. So
They're like, he's fine.
don't get your hopes up.
but
Yeah.
but don't,
Yeah.
but don't. He's doing an
Aw,
incredible
sweethearts
job, and
over
it's
here.
like everybody around the set is like, he's the real deal.
The crew cry
Sorry.
often over the beauty of the music.
Yeah.
Oh, your story, I came now.
Aw.
Yeah. And there's always a point where one of the directors, like anyone who's new who comes on, like pulls me aside and is like, "What the f- about Sam and Jacob?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
Crazy
People
work.
clap like after multiple takes.
Let's not
And we-
get anyone's
we did,
hopes
like-
up too
Aw.
much.
No, we should have bit because Sam's being modest, but it's really special.
Sounds
I've not
like
really
it.
seen anything like it, and people are involuntarily clapping at the end of takes, like the live that, and Sam will be like, "You don't need to do that." And I don't
Ladies,
realise that,
ladies,
like,
please.
People are like you know.
Well, it is a bit awkward because, you know, some you do because we do sometimes run whole songs or whole constant sequences, or, you know, because there's a lot of performing.
Sure.
But obviously, you know, you're often doing it to like a crowd going like silently, and sometimes I do feel like people like when they call cut feel like they have to do that.
The,
But,
No.
the crew are clapping.
They don't.
No.
The
Aw.
crew
They don't
clap.
have to.
It's not just people that are paid to
Take your
clap.
flowers. Take them. Take them.
Take the
I
flower.
would say like what Jacob said is there you know, Roland and Hannah have taken a massive swing, and I think at the end of the day, like, you can only be really proud of something that that you can see people making really big choices, and it's a great like honor to be in it, and to be in something that you know, there's a lot of fearlessness in the creators.
Cool. Good stuff. Sam is so shy and humble, and Jacob's on a mission to make sure he believes in the praise he's getting. Very nice. All right, cool. Well, I could go on this rabbit hole all night, and I shan't do that. But the primary goal of this evening was to watch the extended first look at the Vampire Lestat. I loved it, dude. I got like, I think for like almost 30 minutes, I was probably dissecting this shit. I literally went into this being worried. I'm like, oh, a 3-minute teaser. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to like really, not necessarily milk out of that, but I was like, how much can I possibly say? A lot, as it turns out. So between the teaser and also another little like behind the scenes interview with some vampires, I mean, that was a lot. But if I wasn't already excited, bang, 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 I'm very excited now. Well, that's all I have for today. But yeah, like I said, you can bet your sweet candy ass whenever this eventually does come out, I will be reacting and watching week by week when it premieres, which will make its way on Patreon first, and then I will edit as quickly as I can to go over onto the YouTubes. But yeah, otherwise, thank you for watching. This is going on Patreon first. If you watched on Patreon, thank you so much for the additional layers of love and support. It means the world to me. If you've always thought about joining but have not yet, now is always a good time. You will get access to anything that I do, including the Vampire Lestat, upcoming Telemashka, the Secret Order, as well as at some point Mayfair Witches. I will watch that, and probably the interview with the vampire movie, and probably also the Queen of the Damned movie at some point. But all of that over on Patreon. Full, uncut, uncensored reactions with full HD video accompaniment. Just as well, they also all make it over to YouTube. I've reacted to both seasons of the Interview with the Vampire myself. Currently, I'm doing a second watch through with my gal pal Darkwave, who has not seen the show. Different vibe, but it's still a fun one. So I'm uploading those. Also over on Patreon first, over on YouTube afterwards. You can find it all. And then otherwise, Patreon exclusive content series over there. Other couples react content, movie commentaries, and now movie live watch parties on the higher tier. So that's my new thing, is that hopefully about once a week I will sit down and watch a movie with live commentary that I've not seen before, and I will live stream it. So if anybody wants to come along for the ride and just have a fun little Hain sesh, a movie night with MovieMan, as it were, that will be available as well. So thank you. Can't wait. If there's anything else I'm missing in terms of vampire Interview with the Vampire, Vampire Lestat content, let me know. I'll watch it. I'll talk about it. We'll analyze. We'll dissect. We'll all be excited and waiting together. But I've yapped enough for the night. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm gonna take care of those things in that order. Have a good day. Have a good night. And merci mon ami, merci mon cœur. I will see you in the next episode of Interview avec le Vampire. Goodbye, travelers.